Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing? Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Qween Pride with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Hey Qween, come on and spill the tea. Hey Qween, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Qween, we're cutting up with Jonny. Hey, 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 hey Qween.
Hello, my unique unicorns of the universe, and welcome to another phenomenal episode of Hey Qween Pride with me, your host, Jonny McGovern. Honey, today's show is going to be legendary, and by that I mean legendary. We have an all-star in the house. She thinks outside the box and has become known for her unique drag looks. And when I say she's become a true blue fashionista, I ain't lying. She's big, she's milky, she's gorgeous. I'm talking about Milk in the house today, yeah. But before she utters a word, I got a big milky diva for you to fawn over. She's mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Her looks have caused many a men to violate their parole. When I think of a perfect world, I think of her. She's the big, juicy olive in the martini of my galaxy. It's Miss Lady Red Couture. Hey, Qween.
How are you?
I mean, I am so good seeing you in this look today.
Well, you know, I had to bring some classic looks.
Yes. As you guys know, for Hey Qween Pride, Lady Red is every week representing a different important figure in our gay culture. And today, who are you representing, honey?
I am the fabulous Sylvester.
Yeah, right? Oh, yes, you are, honey.
Oh, I feel so sexy.
I mean, you are giving it to me.
I want to hit all the high notes. Yeah! All the time.
Yes. Now, if you don't know Sylvester, Sylvester was known as the Queen of Disco. And let me tell you, she was literally the Queen of Disco. Sylvester was taking disco music to the top of the pop charts in drag and gender bending on a worldwide stage at a time when homophobia was the norm, not the exception. Sylvester represented the black and gay cultural roots of disco to mainstream America and paved the way for RuPaul and literally all gay musical artists. In fact, when his record label tried to butch up his image, Sylvester stormed into their offices in a full-length pink chiffon gown and blonde wig and said, "You want me to change my image? Well, this is my image." Let's hear it for Sylvester. Yes, honey. Oh, I love him. Yes. I love that voice.
Yes.
I love all of it.
I mean, he's one of the reasons why I really started singing. You know how you play around with singing, and then when I saw Sylvester, I was like, is that a woman or a male?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, it's everything. I like that.
Exactly. Yes. To learn more about Sylvester, you can download our new podcast, Schooling the Children, where we explore people, music, movies, and pop culture that we feel are important for the next generation of LGBTQ plus people to love and appreciate. Available on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Honey, Sylvester's spirit is with us today.
Feel it! Yeah.
And that's good because we have another flamboyant, outrageous, creative queen on the show today.
Yes, we
because
do.
Milk is in the house, everybody! Yeah! And we'll be with him right after this very gay break. We are back. Honey, I have been dying to get this queen on the show for years, and finally, she is here, and looking just as good as in my dreams. I'm talking about the one and only Milk. Yeah.
Jonny,
Oh
what's up?
my
Hey, Qween.
God.
I finally get to say it on the set.
Yes, you
and
do.
what a beautiful set that an amazing team has created. It
Yes,
is so
happy
amazing.
Pride, sweetie.
Yeah, happy Pride.
Yeah.
Yay!
Lady Red, is this glass of milk just as delicious as we always dreamed?
Oh my goodness, she is just so beautiful, so wonderful, so vivacious, so just pure beauty.
But she cannot have a piece of Lady Red's chicken.
That chicken is good.
It is
That
good.
chicken is so good.
Well, look at you, sweetie.
Hi,
This look
hi,
is
yes,
everything. Now, you told me before the show that this is the beginning of a new milk era.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, Madonna has Madame X now. And so, yeah, it's this new, I think I'm calling her Alice. And it like starts with an A, it's at the beginning. It's this new like era. So I'm really excited about it. And she's just, she feels sexy. Like, that's important.
Yeah.
Like, especially with like self-care, you should feel sexy these days.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, look at Lady Red, she's looking sexy.
I mean, I tried.
Sylvester over there on the trans pride flag.
Right.
This whole set, you guys killed
We're representing all of our
You're
people.
really doing these cue cards even.
Yes, honey.
My goodness, y'all are on top of it or on bottom.
Now, you've known for so many looks, you've done almost everything. What is it that when do you get that feeling that it's time to reinvent, or do you get bored? Do you think about it like Madonna style and plot it out?
No, I wouldn't. I don't think I get bored of things because I still perform some of the same numbers that I started doing.
Right.
Fantasia Barrino's In Deep. Do you know that song?
Oh, I do.
Yeah. That's like my fisting number. Like, I mean, just like crowd pleasers.
Yeah.
But I don't really get bored of things. I just like want to like feel that like rush again. And so, you know, donning like a little slutty fantasy girl dress is like what it's about.
Yeah, you
right
know me,
now.
Malone.
Yes,
Fantasy,
I know.
honey.
Oh, look at her Versace.
Giving body, giving hair, giving all of it.
Yes.
Now, you have been having a supermodel moment. I mean, it seems like you've had a lot of supermodel moments. You were chosen by the one and only Madonna, sweetie.
Madame X.
Madame X herself to
Or maybe
be
she's Y by now.
You're the face of MDNA skincare. This is epic.
Yeah, that was a cool, I mean, major opportunity. And it all happened because of the birth of my nephew.
Really?
Yeah, and so I'm very lucky to have a great relationship with my brothers. And my brother Tom and his wife Erica, they had their child Graham. And through like the daycare and like their friend group in the daycare, there's this woman, Anne, that works for this production company, and they got asked to do this Madonna campaign. And then they were like, oh, what do you think about a drag queen in it? And so then they put my name forward, and then Madonna was like, okay, sweet. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So crazy, and all because of the birth of my like cool little nephew.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be telling him that story for years.
Now, did you get to meet and see Madonna?
No, I didn't. I guess she was on the phone the whole. Like, she was living in Portugal at the time.
Oh, right, of course. She moved closer for her
Yes.
son's soccer and all the rest. Taking budget airlines, we all know
Madame
that era.
X. Yeah. So Madonna was living in Portugal at the time, and so she was on the phone, and she had her assistant put her little like red Kabbalah book in front of me. Kabbalah, that's the one with the red,
string, yeah.
this red string. Yeah. And so, and her assistant, just to make my little gay boy dreams come true, was just like, M, they call her M. They're like, M always has this when she's getting her glam done. And she was like, and she wanted you to have it too. And I'm like, oh God! It was really, really magical.
That is incredible. And like, it must feel really great to be able to step out of like the regular drag race line universe and have these big gigs to open your mind creatively, to look at other stuff you could do?
I mean, just like RuPaul did, at a point in time, like a drag queen didn't have a phenomenal and phenomenon drag race show. Like RuPaul really stepped out of, you know, not the comfort zones, but like what traditional queens do, which is in the bars, in the clubs, really providing that like escape for a lot of people. That work is really important. But I think as drag progresses and becomes more mainstream, that's where we as drag race queens, and also just queens in general, can really just do whatever the hell we want. And if it sticks, like, that's amazing. Like Thorgy is doing like her Thorchestra.
Oh, yeah.
And that's amazing. Like, whoever thought like we'd be seeing a drag queen like conduct an orchestra and play and stuff. Like, so cool, so cool.
The future is now.
Yeah.
And it's wearing blush, sweetie.
Oh my gosh, so much blush. I'm all about blush. Can you see?
Oh, yes. Well, Milk, it's time for us to go back in the time machine. Hold my hand, we're gonna journey back. And here we are! Whoa, look at this. I can't believe it. This is incredible, Milk. Oh, did you soil yourself?
I lost something.
Oh, God, you're okay. Here we are in Syracuse, New York.
Oh my gosh.
The home of
It
a
looks
little
like I
Milk.
remember it.
Tell me about what you were like as a kid.
I was a little performer.
Yeah.
I remember, so I went to Catholic school growing up, and I was an altar boy and that whole stuff. I wasn't touched, even
goodness,
though I had
okay.
a hot priest. Oh my God, so hot. Just like Eucharist, Eucharist. No, that's dirty.
Hey Queens, thanks for watching. For part 2 of this interview, click here. For more Hey Queen fabulousness, click here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.